Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Thanks for coming back to the channel. In today's video, I just wanted to go over my top 5 growth stocks for April of 2019. So I also just wanted to quickly review how we've done in the Robinhood challenge so far. I mean, it's only been about 3 days since I started, but I thought it would be good. I've made a couple changes and I'm going to be making some more changes real time for you guys during this video. For those of you who do not know what the Robinhood challenge is, I'll put a link to a video right up here and that'll be the introduction to the challenge. So for the day, it's not looking great. We're down a little bit over 1%, but I'm expecting to see a little bit of a bounce back. I'm going to be shifting up my portfolio a little bit to try and combat against this. But in starting with only $100, I think it's important to focus on what our growth is like in terms of percentage. So let me just go over the past week, which will display more accurately what my return is based off of when we started this challenge. So for the week, I'm actually up almost 6%, which is a really good return for the amount of time that I've been doing this, only a few days now. So I'd expect to see this number to grow here exponentially in the future. Now, just a little pat on my back from the last video, I suggested that users would buy BlackBerry stock because they had beat earnings 12 times in a row. So this is actually the first stock that I'm going to still suggest buying. Once it stabilizes, it's kind of gone up and down the past couple of days because of the earnings. You can see the huge jump here, and our return right now on this one stock is 11%. I'm going to be adding a few more by the end of this video just to get in. I think it's stabilizing now, which is good. So in the future, I'm expecting this to continue to go up. They're not doing smartphones anymore, but they've actually kind of shifted to services and enterprise services. So it's really interesting to see where this company is headed and how they've really turned around and started to, take a failing company and flip it. And now they're actually profiting a bunch. Also, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who has shown me some support on the previous videos. It really made the launch of my challenge so much easier, and getting the community to accept it and kind of back me in this has been a really great help. So if you want to just show a little bit of support and smack that like button, leave a comment, tell me if any of this is helping you guys, that would be great. The smallest support in the beginning really means the world to me. Thanks, guys. Now, the stocks that I show you today are either ranked number 2 or 1 on the Zacks rank, and this means that they're either a buy or a strong buy. These are personally what I'm going to be invested in. Of course, you always want to do your own research, but I wanted to give you the heads up and let you guys know that I think that these are the stocks that are going to perform well. So as you can see, the first stock on my list is Radiant Logistics, and they're obviously a transportation logistic company. And what I look for first is kind of to see their growth trend in the past year, is what I usually take into account, but obviously the all-time matters. So for the day, they're slightly down. The week, you can see a great trend here. They're up 10% this week. Really good growth for them. The past month, they are down 2%, but they're bouncing back right here. They went all the way down as far as 13% down. But obviously, by the dip, if we got in a little bit earlier, this would have been an even better choice. The past 3 months, they're going up 50%, a really great growth there. And same for the year, they're up over 60%. 5 years, you can see they were up and down, back and forth a little bit. Their stock was as much as $7.48, and right now it's $6.29. It's really starting to climb back up to their top price. So what they've been doing in the short term right now has been they actually made a strategic acquisition of a company, and they're really emphasizing the focus on global transportation, and they're making a huge impact in the industry right now. Now, it's no secret that the smartphone industry is booming, and with that comes applications, and people are wanting to get their applications in front of consumers, and no other company does this better than Digital Turbine, which actually takes the software and preloads it onto new phones that are coming in. Typically they're Android. Because the Apple App Store is a closed system, they work primarily on Android phones, and they have a lot of great partners that help them do this. I'm going to put a link to a video that explains exactly what Digital Turbine does. But for a while, I've been watching this stock, and the growth for this is also kind of just like very eye-opening. You can see the past week, they're up 13%. The month, they're still around the 13%. And then you got the 3-month trend, which is almost 100%. Like these are just absurd growths, and I think it's still early enough to get in on this stock. Still early enough because I really don't see the app market going down anytime soon, and there's no easier way to get your app in front of consumers than to already have it pre-installed on the device. I really do like this segment of the particular market, and it offers an easy transition into Glu Mobile, which is actually a games provider for the App Store. I think as a whole right now, app companies are being undervalued in the market. Everything's shifting towards the digital era, and people are buying more and more apps and using them for different streams of revenue, whether it be ads or what have you. But anyway, let's just look at the growth. The past week they're down a bit, but the month they're up 20%. 3 months they're up 34%. And let's look at the year and 5 year. This is like 188%. That's just unheard of for companies right now. And I think, this is definitely another one that it's early. You can still get in. They're going to be continuing to put out some great games. They've already had some success. What I like about this particular app company is that they focus on a lot of the trends. So they were the creators of the Kim Kardashian Hollywood app. So obviously Kim Kardashian, huge name, generates a ton of buzz, and they were able to front run the app for her. They also did the Swift Life, which was a runoff of Taylor Swift's life, and they also offer games such as Deer Hunter, Contract Killer. They do Cooking Dash. They do a lot of these games that become popular. They were a part of the Call of Duty games, so I think they touch a lot of different realms, and there's a great potential for them to land more deals because of the success that they've already had. You could see these were some of the top of the market apps that had come out. I think companies are beginning to put a huge emphasis on app developments, whether it's big names like Apple. They recently released that they will be offering a gaming service that's compatible with all of their devices, so you can pick up a game on your iPhone and then continue playing it on your MacBook or your iPad. So I think that's kind of cool, but it seems like where we're headed is there's just going to be a ton of app development, and so these companies that are already, have a core foundation and have a place to start from, this market is just going to start growing and growing and growing, and I'm excited to get in early and see how far it can take me. I think companies are beginning to put a huge emphasis on app developments, whether it's big names like Apple. They recently released that they will be offering a gaming service that's compatible with all of their devices, so you can pick up a game on your iPhone and then continue playing it on your MacBook or your iPad. So I think that's kind of cool, but it seems like where we're headed is there's just going to be a ton of app development, and so these companies that are already, have a core foundation and have a place to start from, this market is just going to start growing and growing and growing, and I'm excited to get in early and see how far it can take me. Now, one stock that I'm super excited to share with you guys, because this is one that I plan to be in for a while, is Every. And what they provide is both financial services for casinos and also new technology and slots and games for these. One of the cooler things that I came across when looking into Every was the YouTube video that they put out talking about their company culture and what it was like working for Every. And it just seems like a nice, relaxed kind of atmosphere that people are really more productive in. I would definitely recommend checking out. I'll also put a link in the description of the video. But anyways, let's just go over some of the growth that they've been seeing. So the past week they're up a couple percentages, and then the month they're up 33, 100% in the past 3 months, 58 in the year, and over 5 years they're up 108%. So this is another growth trend that is just unbeatable. And like I said, very excited for this company. Their management is just great, and that's what I like most about them. And that's kind of hard to find with a lot of companies. If you really believe in their vision, mission, and what their management is doing, it's kind of like a trickle-down effect on the rest of the employees. And I think that this is a company that is very solid and is doing a great job at that. Now, I know I said I would be making some real-time movements with my portfolio in this video, but I think I'm going to focus that video for Wednesday of this week, just because I lost a little bit of track of time when I was creating this video. And so for this portion, I just wanted to talk about Groupon, which is kind of funny because it was the free stock that I got from Deshaun. Thanks again for that. And if any of you are looking to sign up for Robinhood, you can use my referral link, and that will get you a free stock as well as me a free stock. And this was one of the options that actually I got. I know a lot of people get the cheaper stocks, so this is typically one that comes up for them. I'll put my link in the description. It's share.robinhood.com/DaltonL1. I'm going for a little bit different of a strategy. I know their growth over the past couple months has been okay, but you see the year they're down a bunch, and same with the 5-year. And I think that they're starting to turn this around by doing a couple different things. So what we're seeing from Groupon right now is that their margins are improving, and that's thanks to the management that has been brought in, and it's focused on, having a higher margin business. And that's paying off great for Groupon right now. Their operating expenses are being, cut down, and their profitability is going up from that. They also did a marketing campaign that got a total of over 100 million views at the end of last year. I think that's going to have a long-term effect for Groupon in a positive way. Anyway, guys, that is the top 5 growth stocks that I will be keeping my eye on. And in the future, maybe about a month or so, I'll release another video kind of reviewing these calls and seeing if I was right or wrong and how I can improve. Thanks for checking out the video.